I want to take you to a developing story now. We're getting word of a large group of people that has gathered in Marlboro, that's near Sandton this morning. The group is said to be involved in alleged land grab. eNCA reporter Lindokuhle Xulu is on the scene for us. Lindokuhle, give us a clearer sense of what's happening there.
Well, a very good morning to you, Tembegile. Certainly, we just arrived here in Marlboro, and I spoke to a lady who was wearing EFF branded clothing, as well as a card with her name. Of course, I'm not allowed to reveal that as far as she's concerned, but what she basically told me was the fact that people are being allocated land in Waterfall. So people have gathered here to bring their IDs as well as their documentations to be allocated land. We've seen a couple of vans with metal zinc that is used to build shacks that are going that side, and they're saying that people are being allocated that land. As far as I'm concerned, and as far as I'm told, it is the EFF that is behind this and are giving people land. Some people speaking to them here saying that they had a call. They were told that there will be land distribution today by the party, which is EFF, and they said that they came out in their numbers because they want to also be allocated this land. And a situation is calm at the moment because all of these people are being assured. As you can see probably behind me, there's also a gathering right behind me there, a circle, and there are leaders who are actually telling people to remain calm as everyone will be allocated the land. Now, as far as this is concerned, Tembegile, the people are getting land, and there are vans that are taking people to those places, and we are told that there are officials again in that area in Waterfall where people are being given land by other officials who are making sure that this process runs smoothly. Now, the officials, South African Police Services as well as Metro Police are on standby watching from afar. But as far as any action from them in terms of stopping these people from going to that land, there hasn't been any of that. So as far as it's concerned right now, the people are standing here and they're waiting, and they're giving copies of their IDs, hoping that they will also get land. Those who have material, they can go to, that's the message, they can go to Waterfall and they will be given land.
Have we been able to speak to these EFF leaders who are said to be allocating this land, just to get a sense of what has prompted this and how they'll go about determining who gets to be given a piece of land this morning?
Well, the lady I spoke to, as I said before, I do not want to necessarily make claims that that person is the leader or one of the leaders, but she was wearing a card with her name, EFF card, as well as a beret, EFF beret, and a red t-shirt. But what she essentially told me is that anyone who wants land is, of course, welcome to come here. It doesn't matter where you come from, as long as you want land. This is the gathering place, and they will be taken to Waterfall where they will be given land. I'm told that there was another land they initially wanted to occupy, but of course they were not allowed to do that. And I'm not sure if the police whom are standing or whom are actually stationed towards that road are the ones who actually stopped them from doing that. But it seems that they found another place. I'm told it's just next to the cemetery where Alexandra people bury their loved ones. That's what we've been told. But as far as it's who can get this land, I am told that anyone is a fighter. That's the response I got. If I may just paraphrase, the lady said, anyone is a fighter, and anyone who needs land must come here.
Do we know who owns the land? Is this government land or privately owned?
Well, at the moment, I cannot confirm whether it's government land or if it has an owner. But one thing I can tell you for sure, this is looking like one of those land grabs that are illegal. And people here are saying, singing, some were even singing, songs of the struggle and saying, we are not turning back. We want this land. One brother was actually sharing with me that he spent about 1.8 a month on rent, and he says enough is enough because he also has children to take care of. So he says that, no, they're not going to turn back. They're not going to deter. They are going to continue until they get this land.
Do we know where these people come from, Lindokuhle?
Well, it seems that a large number of them come from the surrounding communities here, but a lot of people arriving with cars as well, Thembekile. So it means that the call is growing rapidly, because we see people arriving with cars and actually asking if this is happening indeed, and actually even submitting some of their ID copies. So, like I said, the call is that anyone who wants the land must come here. It doesn't matter who you are. They do not discriminate as far as that. And they're saying the people who have the material to build their shacks can go to that place after submitting, of course, their ID copies, and they will be allocated land. There are people assisting in terms of scaling how much land one person gets.
I'm curious then, Lindokuhle, about the police action. You say there are officers on standby there. If this is land that is not owned by any of the people who are at that site in Marlboro this morning, why is it that police have not tried to stop perhaps this occupation of the land?
Well, I can only make two assumptions at this point, Thembekile, which one is, because these people said they initially wanted to occupy the land just above the street which these people are gathering from. It means that they were stopped to go they were stopped from going to that place, and therefore they chose an alternative place to actually diverge this crowd and actually allocate people land there, which is in Waterfall. That's as far as I can make the assumptions. But of course, I will speak to the people here, and I will try to speak to the leaders whom are allocating this land, as well as go to the place where they're saying they're allocating their places. Because as far as I've seen, people are moving with vans and with material to actually show that they will be building those shelters, and they will also be, making sure that they finish that before the end of the day, so that they shelter that's as far as I can sense how and why this is happening.